There's 3 ultra wealthy YouTubers that recently came together in order to sell a food product to children. But when they opened it, they was greeted with a dirty mold that was growing inside. Parents are now filing lawsuits and careers could be ended. KSI, Logan Paul and MrBeast are 3 of the most popular creators in the world, and people are making theories as to why this all started in the first place. So let's take things back right to where it all started, where KSI, Logan Paul and MrBeast started Lunchly. On September 2024, the 3 creators came together and they announced that they would be making Lunchly a direct competitor of the world-renowned brand Lunchables. And keep it in mind, Lunchables is a multi-billion-dollar brand that's already been established and it's around, so technically this was bound to be career suicide. I'm sure you already know of the success of Prime and Feastables, so these guys were really confident that their new brand Lunchly was going to work out. But this is at the same time that KSI and Logan Paul was beefing another big YouTuber by the name of DanTDM, someone who has a lot of credibility and he's a trusted guy and he's never got into no controversies. DanTDM tweeted, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." Now, not to go into too much detail, as we all know, KSI went into an absolute meltdown, making tweets on tweets back at him, even though that's all DanTDM said. He got hate on his new song for it, and it also rubbed off onto his new brand Lunchly.
Oh no.
So much.
I just do it because I know it pisses people off. Bro, I look on Twitter and I go, oh wow, these people actually care that I'm just saying all these things about that.
You said you want to start a real life chant about that.
Yeah, because it's
you are not the rattler.
I like to continue it.
It wasn't funny.
It's not funny.
Nah, bro, it was great. I'm using it as promo for my song. I'm also just...
You're not rattling Dan, you're rattling his YouTube fans.
That's it. No,
and on top of that, MrBeast has had an extremely bad track record this year. So with all of these things combined, Lunchly was bound to fail before it even started. No one was taking the brand seriously at all. It was a direct competitor to one of the biggest brands. How could they? So let's talk about the gimmick that they actually used for the brand. They said that it was way healthier than Lunchables, comparing side by side with Lunchables, with Lunchly, saying how theirs is so much better than Lunchables, even though it's not. With all of these different health metrics and the sugar and the fats, blah blah blah.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Whoa.
Feastables Crunch Bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. Ooh. We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar.
But to be honest with you, nobody really cared. It's like with Prime. KSI used to go on and say that Prime was so much more healthier than Gatorade and all these things. However, it was the exact same stuff and nobody cared about it. And their first bit of promotion for the product was KSI, Logan Paul and MrBeast running with a Lunchly box, but it gets bigger as they go on. Now their first step of their plan was to get the attention onto their product, just like they did with Feastables and Prime. They already know that it would be super easy to get it into all of their retail stores because they have a load of credibility and they've ran previous brands. But they didn't want to sell directly to a consumer. What they wanted to do is sell it exclusively in store instead. And it seems like they thought that Lunchly would have the exact same effect as Prime and Feastables did. Like, you have to imagine every parent and their kid going into Walmart and seeing Lunchly. They're gonna want to buy it, they're gonna hassle their parents. That's why they did it, and it didn't work. The first problem here is Lunchly became a huge meme instead of people actually liking the brand. Now, that's a problem. People were clowning on the brand so hard that it was actually embarrassing to be seen with Lunchly. It didn't succeed as their previous brands because the consumers knew that this was simply a cash grab. There was no more hype around YouTuber based products, and it felt extremely forced between the 3, which everyone could see. So let's talk about the exact ingredients and how it's quote unquote healthier than Lunchables. A YouTuber by the name of Dr. Mike made a video where he directly compares Lunchly and Lunchables together. The first thing to note down is Lunchly only has 30 calories less Yes, 30 calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, it's not that big of a difference, to be honest. Lunchly actually has 1 gram less of protein than Lunchables. It has 8 grams less sugar, but that's only because Lunchly has Prime and Feastables, and they replaced the Lunchable version with that. Saturated fat and sodium are actually missing off the table, which virtually proves nothing, as you can't really tell how unhealthy something is without the salt or the fat. They claim Lunchly has electrolytes, but that's only because of Prime. And it's not actually healthier, since the portion size on Lunchly is significantly smaller, so that 30 calorie difference, I'm taking the Lunchables because I'm big and I want some food. And I also might as well add, in the reviews, it tasted the exact same, so what's the point? Now it's time to delve into the mold situation, which has absolutely been blowing up on the internet recently. As of October 16th, there has been numerous videos sharing around Instagram and TikTok showing the mold inside of Lunchly.
Open up my Lunchy, right? I look, and there's mold. I'm not eating this. Mr. Beast, what did you do? This is terrible.
Bear in mind, on the package, it still says that they're in date by a year. There's a popular creator called Rosanna Pansino, and her video went viral as she opened a Lunchly packet and there was mold everywhere. She was cut out of one of MrBeast's videos as she was complaining that he gave the contestants 400 calories over the space of 12 hours, so she obviously don't like MrBeast. But she proved everyone wrong by releasing 3 minutes of uncut raw footage proving that it was not scripted and there was actually mold inside of Lunchly.
Yeah, and today's date is October 16th, so these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months. And right when I was opening these, because I thought, let's not just put them on the plate, let's like put all the food on the plate just to see what they look like. I'm opening this and this is molded. Like that's mold.
Now, the alleged reason as to why there was mold on all of these Lunchly packages is because there was a production fault. As you can see from this photo on screen, there's a little bit of glue that's actually missing, and that's what the mold turned into. And this commonly happened in the corner part where the cheese is. Lunchly actually flex that they have more organic cheese, but this is the reason as to why it's turning moldy. Now, there is another alleged reason as to why Lunchly went moldy, and people are speculating that the production issue is actually a cover-up as to the real reason. Now, if you've been under a rock for the past year, then you probably won't know about the Chris Tyson situation. To keep it sweet and simple, Chris Tyson was caught speaking to kids, pretty much.
Chris Tyson from MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Chris that everyone has been talking about these last few days. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds.
And because of this news, it could have harmed the Lunchly brand. And because of this news, it could have potentially have harmed the Lunchly brand, so he delayed it, hence why there's mold. But now it's time to talk about the financial loss that all 3 of these creators are gonna go through. Parents on TikTok are planning to sue all 3 of them. Now, I want you to hear me out. That don't sound bad, but when you have millions of users constantly on the app and they're seeing this stuff and their kids are digesting this product and they want it and they see it has mold, this is going to become a very big problem. And by the looks of it, this situation has already affected the whole price of Lunchly in itself. The brand, only being a month old, is now discounted to $1.44 per pack. Being a month old, that's $2.50 less than what they originally priced it at.
Come in close and look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is. Drip versus stick.
I like my cheese drippy, bruh.
This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. Look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. With 400 milligrams of electrolytes, my God!
And it's available for around $4. Super affordable. Go give it a try.
My God.
And you have to keep it in mind that production cost is a real thing, and all these other taxes that they have to go through, so they're probably breaking even. If not, they're taking a loss on the company. So far, none of them have responded and they're trying to keep this under wraps. However, it's certainly not working. All this has done is added more fuel to the fire, and all 3 of the creators are getting tons of hate day by day. This has probably been the worst year for all 3 of them. If you want to watch more content like this, click my channel. I'm Ty White, thanks for watching.